A true story.
Part fiction.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, something.
At least we think so.
Yeah.
Is how
Yeah,
it
that's
started.
what.
We were left hanging for too long. There's so many actors for like 2 years, 3 years. So it's just awful to just make a decision. So we're like waiting for Vinodji, and then he called us inside. We go inside. We told him a scene, and I think he was tipsy. We did not know what the box office figures those days were. I think people are more aware of it now.
No.
I don't think people were very aware of it. The day before the release, 2 days before the release, the person who was helping us with the release calls me and says, I want to tell you something, Raj, you guys made a really, really good film. One of the freshest films I've ever seen. It's not going to work.
Hi guys, welcome to Screen. So firstly I just want to start with a confession that I really love 99 and I was just watching last night and it holds up so well. And that world is so infectious and the fact that it's so precise, and I just want to start with that because we'll get to the other things later. The fact that how did you come up with an idea of like this world of like cricket betting and like this, there are these agents who are working for this local goon and they're like collecting money for him, and like there's also some shady mobile thing business thrown into the middle of it. So what was the germ and how it all started?
This was our first Hindi film.
Yeah.
And we wanted it to be something unique and fresh, something that's not there. And one of the things that hit us thematically was that everybody was very perfect in as heroes in
Yeah.
Hindi films, right? They could do it all. They were really, really good at it. So we almost were in that phase. We were in a phase I call it almost phase. That
Okay.
he's there, but he's not almost. He's almost there.
Yeah.
So even our first one that we did, Flavors, which we
Yeah.
call our film school, the tagline was "Life like it is, almost."
Yeah.
So 99 is almost there.
Yeah.
So the idea, thematically, it was about people who are almost there.
Yeah.
We don't know if they'll get to that 100 century or not.
Yeah.
So it was about the goon. If there are a bunch of goons, the original idea I remember was that there were like bunch of goons standing in front of a Don, whatever that
Yeah.
bad guy, and 10 people.
Yeah.
The guy in the end, the movie was supposed to be about that guy, the inconsequential guy
Okay.
in the back.
Yeah.
He has his own life, he has his own ambitions and dreams and all that.
Yeah.
But he's just one of the goons.
Yeah.
So it started there. In a Boman also, it's like one of the guys just working, mundane job, but somewhere he thinks he's cracked it. He's cracked stuff.
Yeah.
So it is those almost people.
Yeah.
That's how the
Was
movie.
trying to make it, coming very close.
Yeah.
Like the theme of the film itself kind of is almost, as in 99 is, you don't think of somebody saying he scored a 99. You almost think of it as he just missed a century, right?
Yeah.
That's how you would classify it as. It's a miss. 99 scoring 99 is actually a miss.
Yeah.
So that kind of was the underlying theme.
Yeah.
And then we thought we were big fans of cricket, and we had to have cricket as one of the themes in it.
Yeah.
And then we thought we should keep it in the backdrop rather than in the front. And we were huge fans of crime comedy. That whole phase was crime comedy. We used to love crime.
And I don't think there were any crime comedies being made in
Yeah.
I think I don't remember.
So we were when we were explaining it to people
That
what kind
was
of movie
the
is it.
first of its kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was tough sell too, because it is not your drama. It's not your what was running then. So it was even a tougher sell. But yes, all that, and kind of it then took it to 90s. We wanted it in 1999.
Yeah.
There were like some 7 reasons we used to know why it was called 99.
Okay.
And one of them was also this, and there are many trivial
That
stuff
match
too.
fixing scandal that
Yeah.
really broke out. It kind of starts in 99 and happens in early 2000. So that was the time period. So we were banking our story on that historical incident that happened and making it part of our story.
Yeah.
So a true incident that happens in our story.
Yeah. Yeah. Which brings me to the super with which the film starts.
Sorry?
It's like
The Super.
The Super. It says ki the film is based on a true story, and then like it says ki partially truth, or like at least we believe it's
Almost.
Again.
It says based on a true story.
Yeah.
Almost.
No. A true story.
Part fiction.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, something.
At least we think so.
Yeah.
Is how
Yeah,
it
that's
starts.
what.
Yeah, that's the best way. Like a Raj DK film can.
And we wanted to do that because there was also true stories starting those days.
Yeah.
So we didn't want. We have yet to make a true story. So true story for some reason never had enough content in it, and you end up fictionalizing a lot of it. So which we thought wasn't very authentic way of doing a true story. So now we decided to actually fiction. Let me put fact into the fiction.
Yeah.
So it becomes like a bit of a historical fiction, where you tweak the facts of the history at that point. So all these things really excited us to put together something very unique for us. At least.
Yeah. And how did you guys manage to get it greenlit? And like as you were saying, it was very difficult. And did you guys went to like big production houses with the script, or how was the process?
Not necessarily production houses, but we made our first almost like our own in-house film called Flavors in America. It's just like kind of like a film school.
Yeah.
Then we said now we are ready to make a proper Hindi film for Indian mainstream everybody. And so we had the script ready, and we thought we should cast Amir Khan.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Yeah.
No, we were naive. We just thought, who's our favorite actor at that point? Amir Khan. We should go to Amir with this.
Okay.
No, it took us. It took us the longest time to get this film made. It took us almost more than 5 years. We were just waiting, rooming in Bombay, struggling, trying to figure out, finishing off our savings that we had got. Just year after year just went by. Really 5 years of waiting. We wrote the script within 6 months, but then we were sitting on it to get it made. So it took us really, really long time to make it. That was our struggler phase, I guess.
Yeah.
So where we were just sitting in Kolaba, where there was one tiny bedroom that somebody had gotten us, and then so we were there and every day eating lunch in those two little places, which were the cheapest. And then do the whole grind and wait for the meetings and wait to see the people, because it's hard to for two outsiders to break in. We saw literally. So we could get meetings, thankfully, with a few people, but it wasn't easy. You were who are you? And what did you do? I don't know what you did. Did you work with anyone? No, we didn't work with anyone. Do you know
have
anyone?
Studio support? No. Because the person who produced it, Anupam Mittal, he's also first time producer.
How come you're switching to English every time I ask you in Hindi? So we don't know Hindi much. So nothing was working for us in that sense. But our friend Anupam Mittal, who produced this film at that point, was the only one we knew. And he said, I'll do it. And he really wanted someone to... He didn't have a production house. So we need to set that up first. So all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, like it's now when you look back, it's also kind of like meta, because what was happening in the film with like those characters is like...
We were at 99, We were not even at 99. We just started. We were just going in 30s probably.
Yeah.
So...
And did you ever tell Amir, if like you got a chance to tell him that you guys...
Actually, we should have, right?
I think we might have mentioned it.
We might have,
Okay.
Yeah. Amir being Amir very nicely said, Harry, you should have just brought it to me. Like, huh?
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know how to.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, because...
Easier said than done.
But what that time of getting an actor gave us the experience was that we got a really first-hand experience of sitting with actors and stars and pitching this story. That entire process was so funny looking back now, but little traumatic at that point, because you're no one. And they're all looking at you suspiciously. What are you going? How are you going to bring this? The script reads well. It reads very, very well. In fact, Mahesh Manjrekar, when we met him to do it, we were very scared because he looks very scary. He said, and we didn't know what he was going to say. He said, you know what? In fact, I gave it to my son or someone and said, this is how you write a script. I said, oh, good, thank God, one actor who's coming on the basis of the script. But then we met so many stars and actors over those years. Each one an amazingly strange experience. that we think, these are stories we tell in our parties.
Yeah.
What happened with each one.
Yeah.
So pretty strange.
Yeah, I think somewhere they knew we were not completely useless people because one, we made a film in the US and the script is reading so well and we look like we know what we're talking about. But I think making that leap and actually betting on us, knowing that you don't have a studio or a reputed producer backing you, nor are we from around here, nor are we experienced filmmakers. So it is too many hurdles for an actor trying to position himself to actually overcome. So I don't necessarily even blame them because they're looking at newcomers, new production house with a script that reads very well. That's the only thing that they have to bet
reads
on.
very well but doesn't fall in the genre that's working.
Exactly.
So how do you take so many risks with these two guys?
Exactly.
Yeah. Can you tell us some of those stories? Of course, without naming people, like some funny narration that you were part of, or like something.
Well, one of the famous lines that remaining was that we were supposed to go to meet this person in town, and we used to think that time is it takes 4 kilometers to go there, 6 kilometers to go there. So we took forever to go. It was so late that we actually hopped into a local train. We were drenched, like we were wearing something light, so it's all one big sweat patch. So we can't go like this. We don't have change. We still make it, and we look like those people who with like big sweat patches. But we still had a good a visiting card, in a sense that we thought these guys are not getting us. So let's write a comic book. So we actually sat and made a comic book. And like a strange little comic book, like a shorter version with black and white, and did some frames and just made it interesting and quirky to read. And so we took that, and so he did see that too. But of course, the famous line was, he said, why you guys are late? And he said, traffic. And he said, it's as if...
it's the first time I'm hearing that in Bombay.
So we put the traffic joke in Fuzzy later.
Yeah.
Chase has to happen, and it's like, what traffic? So that became a thing. But one of the readings, as we were telling them, that actor actually laid down completely, like in the couch like that. Pulled up his shirt and t-shirt, and only his paunch was out. And stomach was out. And he said, okay, tell me more. So I didn't know what to tell, where to look at tell. Should I tell the face or the stomach? I didn't know. So I was like, oh my, what is going on? And it was one of the first strange reading. So there were many of these.
Many. There was another actor who, after all this, finally decided that, the script is so good, we need to make it. He actually called us, had a long, like some 3-4 hour meeting with us, spoke a lot about himself.
With a huge picture of himself behind him. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. All this stuff. And then he opened up and said, listen, I love the script. I love this character, but... And then he had a long list of things.
You remember the movie, right? You remember the movie. So he said Sachin, of course, we went for Sachin. Keep Sachin's character, but then take out Rahul's character. Take
all the best things from everybody and put it to Sachin.
Give it to him. Take him out.
Yeah, make him the
solo
bets.
So he somehow thought it wasn't solo enough. So he said, take out everyone and do it. He was reciting lines from the script. We were so impressed. We thought finally we had it. We had an actor. But then he changed the whole thing in the next 1 hour and actually rewrote the script for us, like in verbally. And after that, we never met him in life. We bumped into him at one of the functions last year. That was that.
So how did you land up with these people? Because again, those are actors who are like cast against type, kind of. Again, very inspired casting. So how was it like getting Kunal and Cyrus?
I think the one person who came very close to doing this film, I think he honestly wanted to do this film, but dates, and at one point he also felt that he shouldn't keep us hanging so much, and eventually actually told us that, I would love to do it, but maybe it's not meant to be. Okay, he backed off. That was Ritesh Deshmukh. He really wanted to do it, and I think even now when we meet once in a while, he said, I wish I had done it, kind of a thing. But he came very close to doing it. But the film he was doing just kept going on, and the dates kept pushing. So he just couldn't commit to dates for us. And at a certain point, he felt like that he was leaving us hanging for too long. So out of that, he quite nicely he said that he would.
At least, when actors say that, even now when we get scripts, I get pretty restless that we haven't given an answer to the filmmaker who's waiting for it. So I tell someone to write an email nicely, talk to them and give a reason. Let's not keep it for too long, because we were left hanging for too long by so many actors for like 2 years, 3 years. So it's just awful to just make a decision, tell them. It's almost like you want to keep the script. It almost felt like you want to keep the script and not give it to others. You'd rather let it rot here
And not get made.
and then make a hit in between, and then it's okay, you don't have to do the script anymore. So I don't know. So actors wise, I think we lucked out a lot. Kunal is a natural. He's such a good actor. We discovered him there. We didn't know him before. He was when we met him and all that stuff, he was quite serious actually. So it was hard to make him laugh. And I'm thinking
He was doing those kind of films.
He had come from Kalyug.
Yeah,
Right? It's a pretty serious film.
That's a-
And
So
so
when
he
I'm
has this
telling-
very serious look on his face. And
I was narrating us the story to him, but he was very serious, and I thought I wasn't getting to him. But then he got it a lot. Soha was the first one who said, I'll do this. Because we had made a little short film called Shore.
Yeah.
The Shore in the City. We didn't know what else to do. We were discovering ways to see how to tell people that we can make movies. So this is, like a comic book, or we went and shot a short film. So Soha messaged a sweet message long back. I still remember saying, my God, I was hiding under the pillow watching this damn thing to burst, that bomb, it's about a bomb. And so she was in. And then Boman agreed. Boman loved the script. He's one of those, there's what's called dilchaspi lete hain. Like he sits and talks about it. And this scene, that scene, and about passion for cinema. He's still the same. 2 weeks ago we met him, and how passionately he was talking about his feature. So he was great. Mahesh Manjrekar, I told you. Vinod Khanna was one thing.
Vinod Khanna was like a casting coup of sorts. Because
So
Anupam,
when we met, Anupam knew
him through a family friend.
So when we went to Vinodji's house, again, very daunting, like a superstar.
Oh my God, we are meeting like one legend like this.
And he was fine with it. I think he made somebody in his family read it, the younger guys. I don't remember anything about it, but he came. So we had this, and Cyrus, we went to Cyrus and showed him the comic book about this Sachin and Zaramud and all. And he said, so you obviously want me to play I'm thin guy, he said. the
Sachin.
small guy. I said, no. So, and then he was funny because he's not an actor. He's an improv guy. You can't, so he would do different things in different angles. And we were like, continuity, what to do?
We were trying to explain to him, maybe like whatever stuff he was doing, say a joke, do something else, keep doing variations is work. But for us, you should kind of be similar for us to be able to edit. And he's like, TK, try karta hu types. So he doesn't even remember what he did.
It's so funny. He doesn't want to go beyond his radius. There is a certain jurisdiction he doesn't go beyond. He hates traveling. He
doesn't have a mobile phone. I don't know if he does now, but back then he had no mobile phone.
Mom had it.
That was like method acting for him not having a mobile phone.
Yeah, he doesn't have a mobile phone. He comes in shorts. He hates pants. So he'll be like, he barely, wants to get. Now we had to put a fat suit on him to give him a little more of this big feel to it. Oh God! And the funniest thing was, he's so busy. He used to do a bunch of events. So, and we learned filmmaking by making, right? By teaching each other and like together. So we know how to write. We knew how to write, direct, edit, do sound, do what you want in a film. So when he came and said he's not there today, he'll come only at 4:00, and we had an entire scene to shoot. We improvise it right there. That's why if you see the film, in at least 2 scenes, the main scene gets over, like dimple scene.
Oh, he comes later.
Then he's like,
He's in the washroom.
he's like, I have to go to the washroom. He goes,
Yeah.
entire scene gets over, and then he shows up and says, shit, what did I miss?
Yeah.
Kya hua, shit, miss ho gaya.
Yeah.
Second time also he's like butter chicken mein
Yeah.
Butter
chicken
chicken,
zyada,
yeah.
butter zyada, chicken come something.
Yeah.
He makes up that stuff. So every time he comes late.
Oh, nice.
So even in that the Bhojpuri set they go to,
Yeah.
he wasn't there.
Oh.
We shot the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then that was the first cheat we have done in our lives. We made this much of a set, not even a set, just that lights in the back or whatever.
Yeah.
Put him there, put glasses because
Yeah.
we didn't know which way they were going to sit.
Yeah.
So he's wearing glasses sitting there.
That's my favorite scene from the film. And I was going to ask you about that because the way he's just reacting.
The way it's edited, that's
Yeah.
all. It just cuts
he
to
was
him.
not
and he's
sitting
sitting
he's
there.
like sitting like this.
Because we don't know. We don't
Yeah.
have time. We took 5-minute shot. It's a 5-minute shot. Wear your glasses and sit like this. And he said, what? What about the lines? I said, sab gaya. Just sit like
Pura
that.
scene ho gaya. Just, you sit here, glare, and that guy is like just looking at him, getting scared, and he's doing his thing. The
Yeah.
entire scene is happening here. He's just sitting and watching.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's what we had to do with Cyrus.
How was it like working with Vinod Khanna? Because I think so. It's that kind of a character, which is something which is very similar to say what like Dharmendra was in Johnny Gaddar. Like very same feeling I get from
Johnny Gaddar came before us?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's 2006.
Johnny Gaddar came before us.
Yeah, it's 2006.
And was he in Johnny Gaddar?
No.
no,
But
no,
I'm
like
saying
Johnny
the
Gaddar
Dharmendra
feel.
Yeah, Dharmendra's
okay.
character in Johnny Gaddar.
So, Vinod ji came. We were all like elated. We had like 3 days of shoot with him, or 2 days, I think,
Okay.
overall.
1 day we shot. Right?
No, one in the.
Oh, really?
1 plus 1. Okay, 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
1 day for the poker,
Yeah.
the whole game,
Yeah.
and another day at the hotel where
Yeah.
they try to steal
Yeah,
his
his
stuff.
phone.
They steal his SIM card and
Yeah.
sneak
That's
into
pretty
his room.
much it. 2 days we got, and he was in the middle of a lot of things. So I remember the first day, everybody is waiting, we're all scared. Oh God, how do we direct? The fact that the word itself, no, you have to go direct Vinod Khanna. Doesn't sound easy.
Yeah.
So we're like waiting for Vinodji, and then he called us inside. We go inside. We told him a scene, and I think he was tipsy.
No. What happens is he played the first scene. He said, "Okay, this
Oh,
is the
yeah,
scene
yeah,
that
yeah,
come." He
correct.
played the first scene.
With Boman in the bar.
Yeah. There is a
chunks,
progression of 3 scenes.
yeah.
First he plays first game. Second time he meets him, and the
Yeah.
third time when he gets the tip from
Yeah,
him. So
yeah.
there's 3 scenes, and we were shooting it in sequence like that.
Okay.
So he played the first scene, done. Then before the second scene, he called me to the room and said, "Listen, after the second scene, like for the third scene,
Where he has to give him the bad tip.
Yeah.
Where he
yeah.
gives some bad tip.
he said, see, I'm going to play tipsy. I'm going to be a little drunk."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh, sure, if that's what you want to do, it doesn't have to be." He's like, "No, it'll be good. I'll play it drunk." But the thing is, he already has a glass in his hand. And we came out and we decided that he's probably already made up his mind that he's going to have a few drinks. So
So we were like,
He's-
okay,
he's bringing it
we'll
onto his
take what
character.
we get. We don't know. Because for me, when somebody says, I want to act drunk, I'm very scared because they all overdo it. They'll slur, they'll fall. You know every single Hindi film drunk acting by now.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh my God, what do we do? So, but then he came in, and it's actually that bit made it convincing that a guy like him generally screws with Boman's character's mind and gives him a tip,
Yeah.
a bad tip.
Yeah.
It's like a kida, kunnas, but it
he wants to screw him over, right?
Yeah.
so that kida won't come through if you play it straight.
Yeah.
And Boman buys it, so he had to buy it, and everybody buys it at that point.
Yeah,
Nobody is thinking he's lying or any other sort. So it actually worked out very well. So probably it's like a really good pro tip,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I also want to quickly ask about some of the scenes. Since we're talking about Vinod Khanna, I love that scene, and I think it's a long take.
It's almost like 1 hour.
Yeah. Which you guys are
That's the beginning of our 1
Yeah.
hour.
1 hour career, yeah.
Yeah. So how was that shooting it like that?
We like it. I mean, like DK especially. Go ahead. He likes it. He likes these ideas of 1 hour, and
Yeah.
we discovered long ago that when you don't cut,
Yeah.
either you're with the protagonist, the main key character, and you're with him, so you don't know what's coming up, so you get you're tense.
Yeah.
Another way to do it is, even if you do it observational, and you kind of in your mind somewhere you haven't cut, even if you don't understand edits and all.
And also we were shooting on film. That's the
Yeah.
pretty much the only film we shot actually on film.
Okay.
35mm film.
Yeah.
So, and there are no tricks, no wipes and no stitches, nothing. It's actual film.
Yeah.
Film is valuable, and so the length of the shot is fixed.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, your duration cannot go beyond, I don't remember the numbers now, but there's a few minutes only that a reel of film can take.
Okay.
So that was anyway our limit, but it wasn't that long also. So yeah, I mean, we had fun shooting with that. It's a heavy camera for the DOP to carry. We were shooting handheld a lot of times in that, and the DOP was struggling because it's a heavy camera.
That was a Steadicam shot or what?
Huh?
That was a Steadicam shot.
Yeah.
The one in the hotel room is a Steadicam shot.
Yeah.
But outside, like a lot of the shots were handheld shots. But I remember Rajiv Ravi, the DOP,
Yeah.
because I had those back in the day with the film loaded on it. They were really, really heavy cameras.
Yeah. And that's the thing I really love about you guys whenever you do a one-hour, because the spatial dynamic, the geography plays such an important character.
Yeah, it does.
And that's something which we also like kind of discuss in film schools, because the fact that whenever you're doing a one-hour, the geography should really come out. And in that hotel scene, you can really feel the tension. You can really feel him going from one wall to another wall and hiding, and this Vinod Khanna walking out in his
And
gown.
it's also important for the frame to keep changing. Otherwise, it'll get boring. The frame is remaining, if the camera is too static, or if the frame is remaining similar, it feels like you haven't cut. But that's why if the frame keeps changing, people moving away, different people coming in.
Play with the
then
spatial
it
dynamics.
has the same impact as cutting without cutting. So.
Yeah. I also want to talk to you guys about Amit Mistry.
Oh, yeah.
He's so good, and specifically in that scene when he's in the auto, and like Simon Singh calls him first, and then Boman calls him.
Yeah.
How was shooting that one like?
See, Amit is a great talent. We miss him, we love him. It was just very awful when we heard he passed away. But we discovered him in '99, and it was like nobody could. That was it. We wrote it differently. We wrote it for a different kind of character. But when we saw him, and it was so funny, I think, so we just immediately started putting him in every film we were making at that point. Even Shore in the City, we said, come and do this bit. Even Gentleman. We shot Gulkanda Tales pretty much with him. So we keep doing it. We kept doing it once we discovered him. That was we always used to shoot it in location. We never liked to do in sets. We were
extremely, I think, suspicious and wary of
the
building a set.
looking.
I think back then the fear of it not looking real enough was a little.
So that was shot in the auto in Delhi with the noise, and we're trying to keep sync sound. We were the few saying that we need sync sound from the beginning. I don't think we ever shot anything without sync sound. So he's doing this scene, and it was so funny that we wrote that. I remember writing it, that it was like, calling somebody and says, "Tum chor ho."
He's like, "Badi ajeeb baat hai ye."
Tum chor ho. And then we still use the line internally between DK, Sita and I.
Okay.
We always do when somebody hangs up by quickly, again he cut.
She cut.
To cut. So
was that improvised or was there?
No, it was written. But Amit did improvise that. Again he cut or something. He did improvise that bit. He cut again. Again he cut that bit. Something must have been there, but he improvised a lot.
He does improvise a lot, and it works well also.
Yeah. Another thing that I really like is the one when both of them, Sachin and Zaram, would go to meet Boman for the first time, and like, because they all are being performative to each other, like those two are also trying to be goons and like trying to we are here to do serious business and extract money, and there's so much of unintentional humor there.
Yeah, that scene, we shot it in that strange one, Amma house or something, right?
Ace shot it in Amba
Villa, something like that. One of our first bungalows to shoot, Bombay houses. It was a tough scene to shoot, and it's a very long scene. We shoot a lot. Meaning lot of minutes in a day. We shoot very quickly. Usually, even now we shoot very quickly. So for us, in that scene, I remember we were struggling with angles because there was only so much to do, and it wasn't the greatest set on the other side. And so we're doing this OTSs and singles and all that stuff. We're running out of time. Again, Cyrus is, I don't know if he was late or whatever, I'm sure he was. That's when I realized the importance of having really strong actors.
Yeah.
I feel that scene was made a lot by Boman and Kunal and Cyrus, really them bringing that scene alive. Yeah. Even now when I watch it, I hate watching our old stuff, they're all amateur shit. But this movie, for most parts of it holds it. Yeah. It still flows. And it was coming just because these three guys were nailing it. Yeah. The way Boman played it. What we knew about acting and directing was how much DK and I could do. Yeah. Like if you give a scene and how I read it is the maximum you know. Yeah. You don't know how to play better than that till then. Yeah. So these guys were now taking that scene and making it their own. Yeah. And I feel it's all them in that scene.
Yeah, yeah. And I also want to talk to you guys about Mahesh Manjrekar. And especially the line, I think so he has the best lines in the film. He says something about कि कान के नीचे मारूंगा तो airport पर some like flight यहीं land
airport land हो जाएगा
yeah something
plane land हो जाएगा
yeah he says that. So how was working with him like?
No, basically here he's actually scary to look at or to meet or to talk. He just looks like that. He looks like
this one. He never jokes around also, right? He never joked around.
He never jokes. So he's also sitting there looking irritated and his look is also like that with the scraggly beard. He's like, yeah, every time okay, chalo, like that. I mean, not that he's rude or anything, but that's just his demeanor. We're like, okay, this is the shot. And like, okay, chalo. So he is like that. He's not the kind of guy who'll sit and chill and talk and all that. The others are like that. Boman loves to sit and chat, and that's his main thing. Boman, as soon as he comes to the set, we are all here saying, is the actor here? Shall we bring him? But Boman is like, ye kya hai? So he'll make sure that we go to his vanity van.
He'll get some
sit with him,
food,
talk with him for 5 minutes. He just wants to talk.
He even said it when we didn't get it. After a few days, he said like, "Pehle aao, thodi der baitho. I'll get you some nice food. 15 minutes we'll talk, okay? 15 minutes and 15-20 minutes we'll.
Then we'll get to work." So, and Mahesh Manjrekar is the opposite of that. It's like,
means business.
And we are trying to do in 99. If you see, there are a lot of scenes that have layers also in the visually. Okay, so it's not easy to ask Vinod ji to walk around in that 1 hour, semi 1 hour in the hotel room and ask him to put exactly the phone and exactly when we tell him he has to go there. So we are now instructing, which is not cool with a lot of actors. You can't be in the middle of the shot and say, now go pick up the phone. you don't do that usually. No, we had to there, exact spots. Here if you see Mahesh ji, he was like walking on the phone and in the back, the big guy there lifting out the chair, he falls down with his head hitting on the ground, right? And we wanted it like that. The goons are picking up, they miss him, and it tilts. It looks like accident, but it was deliberately designed. Okay. And we had to exactly see it as he's going, in the space. So we were also making them do those specific marks, hit the marks, so that we can get the piche ka joke also.
And he has this constant gag going on about the mobile phone. Like people are calling him and he's like...
Network.
And with Amit, right?
Yeah, with Amit.
Phone mein ghus ke marunga. That one though, my nephew's big dialogue forever. Phone mein ghus ke marunga.
Yeah. And so...
Tanker spelling he says, na? Tanker. T-E-N-K-R. Tanker. That's his spelling.
Yeah, he says that. Yeah. I also want to talk to you about the fact that... when I was watching it right now, do you think about the humor that is attributed to Zaramur's character, the fact that people are constantly fat-shaming him and all, and especially in today's time, do you think you would have like done it differently now, or the fact that people wouldn't have taken it like the way it was taken back then? People would have like gotten a bit offended, especially in today's time with like cancel culture.
I didn't get, like, would we have shot the film differently?
No. The fact that these people constantly fat-shaming Zaramur.
Fat-shaming him.
Right. No, we are much more evolved now. We wouldn't do that. It was really more of, how would we say, it was more of Laurel and Hardy.
It was a Laurel and Hardy image that we kind of
what
had.
What we used to like was there is a dramatic theme. The way we were building stories, so there is a dramatic theme. On top of this, there is this organic, real life humor, and then a touch of slapstick. So, so that's how I see how we designed them. I'm sure we didn't have that equation then, but even in Go Go Gone, every time you see, there's always a touch of slapstick also. Even in Family Man, it goes and hits and comes
Borderline,
back. Just goes and hits once in a while. So I think it is that more than anything else about it. We were all obese at the end of it. If you look at 99 photos, I think we were quite obese. But so we were not so politically correct. We were not so acutely aware and sensitive then, and I wouldn't do it now for sure. But at that point, it was just harmless fun more than anything else. And Zaramud being actually very agile, and he's actually good at it. We wanted to show the contrast that he could do all kinds of things. So anyway,
But do you think, like a lot of filmmakers now talk about how it's really difficult to make a comedy in today's time because of all these things? You have to be politically correct. Is that so?
I mean, it's not like it's not like some restriction that you're forced to. I mean, I think if you naturally, you should be conscious of, certain things and not to be offensive in general. I mean, where you draw the line and what is a message you're giving, it is important. I mean, I think at a certain level, all of us want to do the right thing. Even back then, I'm sure it wasn't foremost in our, this thing. But otherwise, I don't think it's a compromise per se. And especially when it comes to stand-up comics, there is a lot of politically incorrect stuff they kind of say, and that's the reason it works. So for them, they might be feeling stifled. But in a movie, you have a story to tell. You have characters. You're actually building a narrative. So I think it's a lot easier to, be correct about it. It's not just a line you say and get some laughs, right? You're not trying to rile up an entire audience. You're not trying to do that in a movie.
Like there are some, even otherwise, even without shaming anyone or putting someone down, even if just the humor part of it, even Go Go Gone or some other stuff, when you take it, it's tough to make now. I'm talking about the humor sometimes was so unbridled, and that is hard to make now for sure. But then again, those were, we would call it our adolescent phase, where you're making these, funny films, Go Go Gone, 99 and stuff like that. So you are going with that kind of humor. You are influenced a lot, like Judd Apatow films or all these guys, Seth Rogen, and any of them, or even, I don't think they were there yet, but the other ones, we used to love the American indie humor. So a lot of these used to be the influences from there, and that was, and crime comedy would be one of your favorite go-tos. So they had influence over the first few films of ours. And so the more we mature, the more you know how much your movies and your art influences others. So there's a responsibility in that too. And also, it's like I said, it's never an intention to sit down and say, let's make fun of all these kinds of people.
We made so much fun of Delhi.
So that was my next question. There's this constant Delhi versus Bombay thing.
That is something we just noticed. Honestly, we had never lived in Delhi or spent any time in Delhi before that. But whenever we are in Bombay, like somebody from Delhi calls, or we talk to them, and you see this constant ki are Delhi mein to and are Bombay mein to type, and we decided this is a good healthy rivalry that seems to be going on. So it's just how Bombay people have all these preconceived notions about Delhi, and they're all silly, honestly. Silly stuff, and nothing is actually really a serious accusation. It's all just funny, weird stuff to say. Like har gaadi mein disco ball hota hai, music loud bajate hai.
The whole idea was, any of the humor is that when the person from Delhi sees it, they should actually be amused at it. So most of our humor, in any sense, is the fact that if if it's about someone, we hope that they can see the funny angle to it. So if we make fun of techies in our previous careers, so when we see techies, they love it. They're like laughing about it. So it is that humor.
It's good natured fun, and light-hearted in that sense. Even the Pooja Neha thing, I mean, how many people
Still
just
same.
And she's named
admitted
Pooja.
that it is so true.
So his name Pooja.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The moment that happened, everybody's called Pujaria. Suddenly, I think it must have hit everybody in Delhi saying, "Ye to, it is truly such a." It's like that.
Yeah, yeah. Talking about you, and I want to ask, does it get? How do you judge really? Because you have been writing, and then you of course narrate, and then you're. By the time when you go on set, you have been with the lines for so long. How do you decide that it's still working, it's still landing? Like even in the case of 19, or just in general with humor.
I mean, I think that's just part of the process, right? Like, actually, it's the other way around, especially when you're working with good actors,
Yeah.
like, like Manoj,
Yeah.
like Vijay Sethupathi, like Rajkumar Rao. So we've been living with these lines so long, and we've been imagining these lines a certain way. In fact, it is ingrained in us saying this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
And all of these actors, they may or may not do it like that. They might do it in a very different way, but 9 out of 10 times, the moment they do it, you realize this works too.
Yeah.
So most of the
We
time,
are quite flexible that way.
it
I mean,
works, yeah.
we really look at it and see, is it working? Then we take it, even if it's not the way we intended it to be.
Okay.
So I think that collaborative effort has
Yeah.
helped us quite a bit.
Yeah, yeah. And Rajkumar Irani was saying in one of the interviews, whenever he's asked about Munna Bhai MBBS, the fact that, and you have also have that Munna Bhai MBBS.
yeah, there's a doctor called Munna Bhai.
Yeah. So, and he was talking about, he says that whenever people ask him about his first film, he just gets very nostalgic, and he just thinks, he was saying that he never thinks about box office, like when he was even making it. He was just so excited that he's getting to make this film that he always wanted to, and he never, even after the release also, he never cared about how much did it earn. So what was it with you guys when you made your first Hindi feature with 99? Were you kind of worried ki how much it will earn? Or?
Oh God! I mean, when we made Flavors, our student film, supposedly whatever our school filmmaking film, we did not know what to do with it. We had zero idea what happens after you make a film. It was purely made out of passion, purely edited in our bedrooms, shot it ourselves, whatever, mostly with like 6-7 people. So that's how we knew how to make a film. I didn't know what to do about it later. Thank God it went to a bunch of nice festivals and all that stuff helped us out. 99, we thought, Anupam Mittal is also a first time producer. It's not like he knew how to book theatres and none of that stuff. So, I'm realizing now, we did not know what the box office figures those days were. I think people are more aware of it now.
No.
I don't think people were very aware of it. There were no numbers published. It almost feels good to say that we come from a time when movies were said good or bad. You liked it? Yes, I liked it.
I watched it. I loved it.
I liked it, loved it, didn't like it. Okay. Nobody said, oh, it made 100 crores or 70 crores. That numbers were never there. So we had no clue what to expect. Only when the release is an entirely great story, the release of the film.
Yeah.
We couldn't get theatres. We didn't know what to do with it. We had someone who was helping with the release, like the technical part of it and all. We had no money for publicity anymore. We had run dry. So there were no trailers or in TV, no TV ads, no radio ads, no paper ads. So nobody knew. So we were like, okay, that we have no idea how people are going to come to theatres. It's only people who will walk up and say, chalo dekhte hain ye picture ko. So when we didn't know when it opened very poor. I think it was under 1 crore or something at that point. And we didn't know what it meant much, but we knew it didn't sound great in lakhs. Crores would have been nice. So we told the day before the release, 2 days before the release, the person who was helping us with the release calls me and says, I want to tell you something, Raj, you guys made a really, really good film. One of the freshest films I've ever seen. Yeah. It's not going to work. And I'm taking a vacation. So good luck with the release. We are like, oh my God, that person, we didn't know if it's actually going to release. So somehow Anupam Mittal pulled a bunch of strings. A lot of people were sitting in his office and making calls and booking theatres and stuff. We had no clue. So anyway, the first day, Gaya. We both were like, everybody was in depression, all three of us, calling each other and said, what are you doing? I said, I'm just lying down, sad. So entire Friday and Saturday went to shit. So then Anupam said, "Come home, guys. Let's get drunk and be sad together." So we went there, and then someone called him and said, "Come to Regal."
Okay.
Hey,
Sterling or Regal? Sterling.
Which is a bigger theater? I don't remember.
I think it started off with Sterling.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, there is a houseful board outside Sterling.
Okay.
There's a house. I said, really? And then somebody else called, said, come to this theater, Eros or something at that point. So we went to Eros. It was like 80% full and people were laughing, like really laughing. And we were just watching this entire episode, that whole thing with Amit, Mistry and people were like laughing, breaking out. We just stood there till the rest of the second half was done, till the end, and they were clapping and laughing. Wow. So that was good enough balm at that point. That thank God it's a good, people are liking it. And then it picked up.
Looks like basically what happened was Friday, nobody knew, it just came, some people saw, then by Sunday it kind of started picking up. So that's why suddenly we started seeing houseful boards in town theaters, and there were no multiplexes back then, I think, or very few. And then we're like, okay, and then from Monday onwards, people are talking about it, so it started picking up. And then the second weekend did almost as well or better than the first weekend.
So it was really nice to experience a total washout on the first day, to a recovery, to a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
So like we experienced it all. He drove me to a hospital also because I was getting a panic attack on Saturday. A lot of shit happened.
Okay. But do you guys plan to re-release it now? When, like, especially considering the fact that there's so many online fans of the film. And like,
I don't know how that works. I don't mind releasing a bunch of our films.
Yeah.
Because we used to get this backhanded compliment every time that your movie was ahead of your time. But, maybe it's good to release it, but I don't know. It's not in our hands.
Go
Happy
Work
ending,
On.
yeah.
Few of these films can be re-released.
Yeah, even Gentlemen, Happy
Happy Ending
all
also,
work. Maybe we should just do one day festival with 4 films.
Yeah. But lastly, when you look back now, apart from, you of course said about the humor thing, but when you look back now, what do you think you could have like done better now, or like things you could have changed?
In 99?
Yeah.
Oh, वैसे तो now we've evolved.
Yeah, of course, in terms of craft, definitely.
In a
But like
lot.
just in terms of story and like this kind.
See, some people in those days, one of the few criticisms were that the Boman's track was a little too much. Like you didn't need to be there. It didn't need to be there in the film.
Okay.
So
Or too slow maybe.
No.
Like
It's just that why that scene between him and his wife about the phone and all that, they said that. I remember those 2-3 scenes and I was thinking, that is what we want. And that is what makes it well-rounded and not focused on one character. I want to see his life. I want to see him and his wife, the relationship there. We still made it interesting with the snake too and all that stuff. So I didn't agree with it. It's not like, but later on we understood how to take criticism. We saw reviews this way and that way, and mostly good, but some you were there. So some of these we could see that how do we craft or how do we get better? Do we learn what all do we learn from it? So we learned as much, but some of these things stuck over time. I can relate the same piece to The Family Man.
Okay. Yeah.
In terms of when somebody saw our scripts, Family Man, some outsider, supposed to be like a script, he's supposed to judge it and all that. He told us, take out the family track.
The idea here being, if you're making this crime, comedy, thriller kind of a film, keep the pace going. Why do you want husband-wife conversations? Why do you want to slow down? So that was the idea of the Boman track. And even here, they said, why do you want to have this family track? Yeah, show his family, maybe have a scene or two, but why are you spending so much time with the family? It should be about the Project Zulfikar. It should be about the ticking bomb. It should be about him trying to stop the terrorists. Like,
he was a big showrunner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he knew more than us.
Yeah.
But then we were doing a genre that didn't exist, looks like, from his
you were
angle.
supporting something which
Supporting where there was if you take any spy thriller, there's no space for family and humor and all that.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of held on. In fact, that was the one thing we held on, saying, no, I like it. I like it to make it more human, even in extraordinary circumstances like The Family Man.
Yeah. No, I do really love 99 in its entirety. And I was just as a saying, it's one
What I
of-
would do is take out songs were not there. We cut it out.
Song.
We cut out the song too.
No, we didn't have. We had one Delhi Destiny and one romantic song that kind of.
No, the
plays.
club song that we were forced
That
to
is
put.
end credits. Tell me to go on.
What's the story there?
In the edit, we were like, so we shot the song. It's supposed to come. They all go there. It's supposed to come. It was cheesy as shit. The whole thing, the whole idea, and the song was strange.
Yeah.
And we had to do something to it. So I said, at least can they do that? Video game steps or whatever shit. Nothing was good. But we shot it. It made it to the first cut. Somewhere nobody was watching us, and we cut it out.
And
So
put on
suddenly,
end
when the final print was projected, people were like, Ghana, it was about to start, it gets cut.
Yeah. No, it's really one of a first kind of a film, because when I look back now, I think so there were only couple of films which were really within that kind of a space, like a proper caper. Say for instance, there's of course Johnny Gandhar,
Yeah.
which Sriram did, and I think so there was even Rajat Kapoor trying to do something with Mithya.
Mithya was good.
Yeah, something along those lines, and you guys did it, and it's one of the first of its kind, because after that we've made so much of dark comedy, and like Kunal Kemmu's like he's owning that genre so much now.
Oh yeah, the
Right,
loot,
yeah.
loot case and everything.
Yeah, he's doing so much of it. But thanks so much for chatting.
Yeah, it was fun revisiting our first. Always good to talk about it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.